Some of y'all ladies, you know who, listen, you know who I'm talking to. You know what I'm talking about. Many of y'all are so disrespectful to your guy. You're so nasty and trifling to your guy. But then soon you go to work, your male boss or even your female boss, right? You don't treat them half as bad as you do your guy. Like, I got an issue with that. Now, let me put a disclaimer out there. I'm not talking to all those. I'm not talking to all women. Some of you are great women, just being honest. But many of y'all know exactly who you are. You so disrespectful to that man. You talk crazy to that man. But as soon as your boss show up, you straighten up. I got an issue with that.
Man, you are really encouraging me, motivating me, inspiring me. God is really using you to help me out.
What's going on, family? I want to welcome you to AOS, the podcast. I'm your host, Mr. AOS Inspires. This is what I need you to do. We're on every single platform, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I need you to go and subscribe and follow us right now. We drop content every single day that'll help you with your life, because our mission here at AOS, the podcast, is to empower the world to never give up, one conversation at a time, one interview at a time, one video at a time, to help you live life at the next level. I want you to live life on the next level. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that's watching this episode. This is going to be a dynamic episode. I need you to dive in. Do me a big favor. I need you to like, share, and comment. Don't be a stranger. Comment with us. And this is what I need you also to do. I need you to copy this link right here on this podcast, this episode, and share it with at least 10 of your friends. I promise you, it's going to help them out. Let's jump into the episode. What's going on, family? You guys are so amazing. Welcome to another episode. I'm excited about this episode on today. We're going to get right into it. Crack-a-lacking, you dig? But I got an issue. Yeah, ladies, this week is your week. These 3 episodes that I'm talking to you, this your week. Like, I get on the guy sometimes, and I'm going to tell you this. I can't stand when I hear women that get in the comments, you always talking about women, what women should do, what you should do. Like, you ain't listening to my content then. I get on everybody. The men, the women, the boys, the girls. I get on all y'all. Like, when I say boys and girls, right, I'm talking about the men that act like boys and the women that act like girls, act like little girls. Like, grow up. That's what I'm talking about. You got to clarify stuff these days because, people are kind of far out there. But ladies, I'm going to talk to y'all. And the reason this episode was inspired, I seen this lady was so disrespectful to this guy. Like, I had to make an episode about this. I saw her. She was so disrespectful to her guy. I mean, super disrespectful, right? But then she was like, hold on, let me call you back because my boss calling. The boss called, as mad as she was. I mean, she was livid, right? As mad as she was. This is what she does. Hey, how you doing? Calm as a river, right? Calm as a lake, should I say. Because rivers can get wild. But it blew me. Like, how is it that you're treating, I really want to break down some principles in this episode. How is it that you're treating a person that you're matter of fact, you're not employed by them. They just watch over you while you're working. They make sure that you stay on task. But you treat the person that you're employed with better than the person that you're doing life with. Sway, make that make sense. And I'm going to tell you this, even though this episode is about the women, fellas, you too. You treating your boss or the person that's your supervisor way better than your lady. Like make that make sense. It doesn't. Right? So when she did that, that blew me away. I'm like, what? Like, I thought, because some people act like they can't control their emotions or they can't control their temper or they're just so mad, they're so angry that it's like, what? And then they just explode on their person. I got an issue with that. Like, let's break down the layers to this thing. And I get it. I tell you this every single time. Matter of fact, I told you this on the last episode last week, that your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, whatever, the person that you're in a relationship with can push your buttons way better and way stronger and way deeper than a person that you're not in a relationship with, right? And I understand that. But the person that you're doing life with, this should be the person that you hold up like here. And your boss and your manager, I don't believe in bosses, is what it is. Like, even with my people, I'm not your boss. I'm the person that provided an opportunity for you. I don't like the word boss, right? I mean, even though I am a boss, but I don't like, what I'm saying is, maybe it's an ego thing. I don't think it's an ego thing. But I don't like saying, oh, my boss, I don't have a boss. I am the boss. I am the, whatever. But since we're here, I got to tell you this. My people that work with me, they work with me, not for me. And the reason for that, because I want to indoctrinate in their mind that even though I'm taking this opportunity and I'm making money with you, in their mind, they're working for me. I'm making money, but I always want to show you an opportunity or a way that you can employ yourself, that you can go get your own bag and get somebody else to bring along. I look at it like this. I'm bringing people along to get an opportunity to get some money so we can get to the next level. That's how I'm looking at it. I don't look at it as I'm the boss. I don't get ego trip. They work for me. No. Because I've seen people rise and I've seen people fall. But let's get back to the topic at hand. Why are you treating this person that, number one, I'm going to tell you this. If you didn't know, I'm going to give you a little secret. Jobs don't care nothing about you. They may care something about you to a degree, right? To a degree. They care about you based upon your performance on how well they benefit from your work and the things that you do for the company. That's it. That's it. Because, and I'm going to tell you this, I'm a prime example. I bust my tail at jobs. At one particular job, I never forget, I'm going to give you a rundown real fast. And if my boy Jacob is watching, it is what it is. It's my boy. I was working with a company called Restaurant Depot, right? And this was, I want to say about 10 years ago, maybe 10, it was 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, about 12, 13 years ago, right? And I was working for the company, and I was a manager there. I was a small wares manager. Like, I was killing it, right? I was doing so well that they would ask me to go to it was in Atlanta, and to the Norcross location and fix that location, fix it up. I need you to help us. Matter of fact, my work ethic, this is how I knew that I had to be an entrepreneur. When I got there, I saw everything that needed to be fixed. I'm a visionary. I saw what needed to be fixed, what wasn't working well. And the crazy part about it, I was a manager for 6 months. And I became the highlight of the company for the region of Georgia, of Atlanta. And so I went to the Norcross location. They were doing about $16,000 a week in sales. No cap. No cap. That's why I'm a crazy sales rep. That's why I go so hard the way I go hard. But anyway, you take it for what it's worth. So I get there to Norcross and I see the issue. It's a mess. It's dirty. It's nasty. People are lazy. They're not doing what they're supposed to do, right? And I'm bringing a point home to let you know that jobs don't care about you. So I get there. The first day I saw when I started. What's going on, family? I know that you're enjoying the episode, but I had to pause to ask you a quick question. Have you ever been through anything in life that was so life-altering that it changed your life forever? I mean, have you ever been and had a job and you lost that job? I mean, your dream job. You lost that job for whatever reason. Maybe you're an entrepreneur. You started a business and the business started off great and then it seemed as if it was going downhill. And now you're at a place, you lost your marriage, you lost your children, you lost some major things in your life. And now you're at a place in life where you're like, hey, this is the end of the road. I don't see it getting better. I got news for you. It will get better. And I wrote a book just for you. It's entitled Winning After a Major Loss. You need to go and get your copy. Go to barnesandnoble.com, go to amazon.com, get your copy right now. Winning After a Major Loss. I promise you, it's going to change the trajectory of your life. It's going to change your mindset. Most importantly, it's going to change your heart about your situation, because I promise you, you can win after a major loss. Go get your copy now. Barnes & Noble's, amazon.com. Order your copy now. Let's get back to the episode. Matter of fact, I was there by myself. I did it by myself. They asked me to go there to clean up for 1 week. I went there the first week there. First week, I changed some things around. First week, we hit $33,000 in sales. From $16,000 to $33,000 in sales. The first week, I killed it, crushed it, right? So some stuff went along and some stuff happened. Went back to my location, some stuff, whatever. And I was really infatuated with sales. Like I was a sales rep. I'm a sales rep. I go get it, right? So I had this guy call in. He wanted me to design his restaurant. We got all the equipment that he wanted. I think it came up to like a little light. It was a little light work, about $15,000, right? A little light work, piece of change, $15,000, right? So I went to my manager at the time, well, not my manager, the store manager. I'm gonna say that. So I went to him like, hey, is it okay if we process this? He's buying about $15,000 worth of equipment. And of course, we got excited about the sales. We want to see our bottom line. We was hitting $800,000 at the store and we wanted to see $1 million. So we was trying to get as much sale as possible, right? So he was like, yeah, cool, process it. So we processed it. I think 2 to 3 weeks went by. Listen, look at all the things I was doing. I went to another store, made their sales go up to $33,000 for 1 week. And it was crazy because it was consistent. $33,000. I mean, it would fluctuate, 33, 40. And I remember the highest week that I ever did was like $50,000 in that department in 1 week. And, I did some crazy sales that week. I did some marketing, right? Anyway, $50,000 was one of the highest times, right? So remind you with that, I did that. But at my store, guy wanted to order $15,000 worth of equipment. So we ordered it. It came in. He had some people come and pick it up. We didn't deliver it. They came and picked it up. Bam, they came to the store, picked it up, delivered the stuff. 2 weeks later, we found out that the credit card that he used was stolen. Now, I got permission, right? I talked to somebody that was in another level of management that I was and was like, yo, run the play. I ran the play, right? And I told her what happened. They was like, yo, what happened? Why'd you run? I'm like, yo, we got permission to run it. Ran it. I still got fired. No severance pay, right? No severance pay. Got fired. All the accolades that I was receiving in that company. I mean, I think that I don't know what my sales was. I know when I left that company and went to another company to design restaurants, my first 6 months, I made $700,000 in 6 months. Like I was murdering it. That's how much of a beast I was. But for them to say, listen, we're going to let this guy, listen, I have bought them way more than $15,000. And you got to realize companies have a budget where they have a budget loss. Like I'm going to take a loss this year and this is our loss. This is our budget for loss. If we go over that now, we got an issue, but we got a little cushion. Anyway, out of all the money I made for that company, they still let me go. So my whole point being is many of you go so hard for companies that at a drop of a dime, if you make a mistake, they're going to let you go. But the person that you're doing life with, that they supposed to love you through the thick and the thin, you treat like doo-doo. You treat like boo-boo. It's crazy. There's men and women that need to get this thing together because many of you are treating the person that you are doing life with like boo-boo. And it's sad because you are bent over back for your kids. That's another principle I want to lay. This is what I believe. You can believe what you want to believe, but this is what I believe. I believe the way that it goes is that you love God first, then your spouse, which means your husband or your wife. Then after that, then your kids. I'm not saying that you love your wife and your kid, your wife and your husband better than you love your kids. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is in priority, it goes God, your husband and wife, and then your children, then your family. Now, when I say your family, I'm talking about your mom and your dad, your brothers and your sisters. Nobody comes before the husband and the wife. Nobody comes before God. Then after God, nobody comes before your husband and your wife. Period. That comes along with you because this is the pyramid that I believe in. I believe in God, husband and wife, kids, family, then job. And the reason I say job last because the job doesn't care nothing about you. And the reason I say family is the God, husband and wife, the kids, family, then job. The reason number 5 is job because the job doesn't care about you. The reason number 4 is family is because the simple fact they should have a support system, right? They should have a system where people that they are dependent on or that they can call on to help them, because this is the family, right? And some of y'all this doesn't make sense because many of you are putting your family before your husband or your wife, and that's trash. I hate that concept. But many people, my mama was there, but listen, you didn't make a commitment to your mom to do life with her. You made a commitment to me. You didn't make a commitment with your dad. You made a commitment with me to do life with through the thick and the thin. And now many of you are like, I ain't get married, but you made a physical or a verbal commitment to this person that I'm going to stay faithful to you, even if we're not married. Let's really be honest, right? So the reason I say the kids come third outside and the mom and dad come before the kids, the reason I say that because when the kids get 18 or they get grown, they leave the house or they find their guy, they find their woman. I'm not saying they're going to just disregard of you, but guess who coming first? The boyfriend and girlfriend. I promise you the husband and wife going to come first. Because after the kids are grown, they leave the house. If God blesses you to get to that age where you see your kids leave the house, all you're going to have is you and your wife or you and your husband. So treat them with the utmost respect, man. Me and my wife went out last night. Listen, we had a ball. Literally a ball. Like we were just kids. Like we went here, there. You know, we stopped at the casino. I ain't never been to a casino. I don't know what I'm doing. I put $1 in there. Let go. Right? What's going on, family? You guys are so amazing. I know that you're enjoying the episode, but just got a quick message for you real fast.
Have you ever been through a hard time in life? Perfect. You need to read this book, Winning After a Major Loss.
Can be found at barnesandnoble.com, amazon.com. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. You need to get your copy. It's going to change your life for living. You already know our mission here is to empower the world to never give up, one conversation at a time, one interview at a time, one video at a time to help you live life at the next level. Get your copy now. You heard what she said. Get your copy now. It's going to help change and transform your life for the better. I promise you. Winning After Major Loss. Barnes & Nobles, amazon.com. Get it now. Get it today. I mean, we just had a dope time, right? But so many of y'all get so congested with the kids where the kids come first. And now when the kids get grown, they leave the house. I hear this all the time. Now you got to reinvent the relationship to get to know this person because you have drowned your life in the kids or you have drowned your life in your family. And that it shouldn't be like that. But the biggest portion of the conversation I want to talk about today is the way that you treat your boss or the person that's at your job in high regards better than the person that you're in a relationship with. Maybe I should have did a short video about this. Maybe I should have just did a little 10-minute video, but I want to talk about it a little bit. Because, and one of the layers I want to peel back is a lot of y'all, the reason you treat your manager better than you treat the person, your guy or your boyfriend, the reason you treat them better is because you still hold on to grudges. That's a big one. It's a few principles that I want to release to you guys. And the first principle is you got to release the grudge so that you can love all of them. That's a major key. I'm going to clap it up for that one. You got to release the grudge so that you can love all of them. There's going to be flaws with them. Do you not think that there's going to be flaws with you as well? And since there's flaws, they got to give you grace. Well, they don't have to. They should give you grace. And vice versa. You should give the person that you're in a relationship with grace because they're going to fall. They're going to do some things that's going to be stupid in your eyes. They're going to do some things that you don't like. They're going to piss you off to the core. But you got to fall back in love with the reason that you fell in love with them in the first place. I never forget. I was talking to my pastor and he was counseling somebody and he was just giving me some nuggets. He was like, whenever couples fall out of love, I tell them and I encourage them, go back to that place or the reason that you fell in love with them the first time, or the first reason or the first place that you fell in love with them. Revisit that and fall back in love. Was it their heart? Fall back in love. Was it the way they love to give? Fall back in love, right? That's a big one. Because when you hold a grudge, it becomes impossible to love the person for them. And what will happen, I'm going to tell you, this is the key way that you know that you're holding a grudge or that the person that you're in a relationship holding a grudge. They treat you like doo-doo, but treat everybody else like good, like gold. That's a big one. Because when I'm holding a grudge, I'm going to tell you this too. A lot of people don't realize about this. You can hold a grudge and still treat the person good. But when you get reminded of that grudge, you go back into your funk where you're treating them like doo-doo and boo-boo again. That's real. That's real. So I need you to, that's the first principle, release the grudge. The second principle that I really want to release to you guys is you have to, in a relationship, whether you're married or not, you have to learn how to forgive on a drop of a dime. Because this is the thing. Now, I'm not saying that if they cheat on you, okay, you forgive them, go back, they cheat on you again, you forgive them. Nah, that's not what I'm talking about. That's just straight stupid. But what I'm talking about is when you guys get in little petty arguments or even deep arguments where you in the bank account, they spent all the money. It's cool. I'm not going to leave you because you spent all the money. Now, if you continue to do this and you spend on another chick or you spend on another woman, a man, now we got, now those are grounds to be like, Chuck, I got to go. But you have to learn to forgive on a dime. Now, when you forgive does not mean that you don't address the issue. I forgive you, but now we need to sit down like men and women and talk about this issue, and we got to fix it. And the problem with many relationships, the reason you treat your manager better than your guy or your woman is because, watch this, it's because you haven't forgave them, or you act like that you forgave them, but y'all haven't sat down and talked about this thing. You think that just because the situation is over right now, it's gone. Nah, they just swept it under the rug. They're going to pull it back out. But with the manager, the reason they treat the manager so good because they don't want to lose this job. They don't want to lose that $25.50. They don't want to lose that $100K a year. They don't want to lose that because if I piss them off, it's a chance that I can get fired. I can't lose this job. And it blows me because you would treat your manager right so you won't lose money, but you won't treat the person that you're in a relationship with so you won't lose love. That blows me. I don't get that. And I get it. We need money. Listen, listen, ain't nobody as ambitious as being a go-getter as I am. I'm a go-getter, right? But I understand this. We need money. Yes, we do. Money is very important. Yes, it is. But I'm not, even if I was working a job, I wouldn't treat my boss better than I treat my wife. I wouldn't treat my boss better than I treat my kids. And I don't like that word. That's why I don't have one. So that's the second principle. You got to be able to forgive quickly, right? You can't hold grudges. You got to be able to forgive quickly. And the third and the final principle that I want to bring home: stop using excuses on why you act so dysfunctional. I'm going to break that thing down because I really hear this from women a lot. Women would say, oh, you making me act crazy. No, I'm not making you act crazy. You just bipolar, right? You need to go get that treated. No. I hate when people use excuses and say, you're making me do this, or you're making me act like this, or you're making me feel insecure. No, you feel insecure because of you. Right? Because even if somebody cheats on you, that does not give you the green light to feel insecure or to feel like you're less than. If somebody's going on, family, I know that you're enjoying the episode, but I had to pause to ask you a quick question. Have you ever been through anything in life that was so life-altering that it changed your life forever? I mean, have you ever been and had a job and you lost that job? I mean, your dream job. You lost that job for whatever reason. Maybe you're an entrepreneur. You started a business and the business started off great and then it seemed as if it was going downhill. And now you're at a place, you lost your marriage, you lost your children, you lost some major things in your life. And now you're at a place in life where you're like, hey, this is the end of the road. I don't see it getting better. I got news for you. It will get better. And I wrote a book just for you. It's entitled Winning After a Major Loss. You need to go and get your copy. Go to barnesandnoble.com, go to amazon.com, get your copy right now. Winning After a Major Loss. I promise you, it's going to change the trajectory of your life. It's going to change your mindset. Most importantly, it's going to change your heart about your situation, because I promise you, you can win after a major loss. Go get your copy now. Barnes & Noble's, amazon.com. Order your copy now. Let's get back to the episode. Feel like you less than? Watch this. Before they cheated, you already felt like you was less than. You didn't feel valuable because there's nothing that you can do to make me feel less than. It may make me feel a certain type of way. Yes. It may piss me off. It may make me feel frustrated about this relationship because I've been so faithful and you're doing what you're doing. Yes, I understand. But for me to feel insecure or me to feel less valuable, nah, that's crazy. No, that's your side. That's your part. That's what you're making yourself feel. So what I want to share with you, those are the 3 principles that I really want to bring home, right? Stop holding grudges, forgive quickly, and stop using excuses on why you're doing what you're doing. You're doing what you're doing because that's the core of who it is that you are. This is who you are. You can change that. If you put forth the honest effort to change that, you can change that. Stop treating I'm going to keep on saying this in this episode. Stop treating your manager better than you treat your husband or your wife. Because your husband and your wife is going to be the one that's there when people in your family die. Your manager's not. Your manager's going to ask you, when you coming back to work? I got to have this spot filled. I need this fulfilled. I need this done. But it's going to be your husband or your wife or your boyfriend or your girlfriend that's going to be there, or that should be there to comfort you in a moment of grievancy. It never fails. But many of y'all are messing up. Because I'm going to tell you this and I'm gone for real. Your guy and your woman sees that you treat the manager better than you treat them. And what's going to run in their head, not insecurity, but what's going to run in their head is, oh, you want to be with them then, because you're showing and you're reflecting that you want to be with them, or that you hold them and you respect them more than you respect me. I don't care. Listen, I know some of y'all going to say this. If he give me something to respect, then I can respect. If she give me something to respect, then I can respect. You don't need to be with him then. If you have no respect for the person that you're with, you need to leave them then and say, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. This relationship is not healthy for neither one of us. It's toxic for both of us. We got to go our separate ways. Because what's going to happen is you're going to hold that person in captivity, because you're always going to bring up old stuff on why you don't respect them. You're going to keep on bringing up drama. You're going to keep on bringing up problems on why you don't respect this person. If you don't respect them, you need to leave. Why would you? And I'm done, for real. I'm done. Y'all can close it out. But it kills me that people will stay in a relationship that they're not happy with, that they know is toxic, that they know is not good for them, and they'll stay there and just take it. Because you have highs and lows. You have good moments and you have bad moments. So it seems as if the good moments outweigh the bad, or if the bad outweigh the good, why are you staying? Maybe you're toxic too. The 3 principles that I want to leave with you is you got to forgive quickly. You got to stop holding grudges, and you got to stop using excuses on why you do what you do. Start taking accountability for your own actions. And it's just like that. I'm gone. Family, I want to say thank you for rocking with us during this episode. We have been so excited to drop this episode. I'm glad that you made it to the end. This is what I want you to do. If you have any takeaways from this episode, leave it in the comments. We want to hear your thoughts. We want to hear how you feel. I want to bring content to you that's relevant to you, that'll help you change your life, because you already know our mission here at AOS Inspires, AOS the podcast, is to empower the world to never give up, one conversation at a time, one interview at a time, one video at a time, to help you live life at the next level. This is what I need you to do. I need you to like, subscribe, share this episode. If it spoke to your life, share this episode with somebody. Why? Because you are connected to some people that we're not connected with. And with that connection together, we can empower the world to never give up. I'm Mr. AOS Inspires. This is AOS the podcast. I can't wait to see you next week. Just in case you didn't know, we drop every single week, 3 times a week. Mondays, 8 a.m., Wednesdays, 8 a.m., and Fridays, 8 a.m. You need to catch an episode. Matter of fact, catch all 3 episodes. It's going to be fire. I promise you it's going to help you doing your everyday life. It's going to help you get to the next level. Let's go.